Here. Fantastic. So we are officially at the top of the hour. So welcome to another ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom. We have this call every Monday night for a half an hour. Lots of incredible information from people that work in our industry, in our company, and outside of our company. And tonight we have the incredible pleasure of interviewing Eric Worre, all the way, I believe you're in your home in Las Vegas, right, Eric?
Well, actually, we're in Cabo San Lucas. We just arrived here, so here for a couple days. Took our youngest and a couple of his friends down here for a little summer break. Got to get away from the Vegas heat. So hot.
Yeah, it's really hot.
So great to connect with everybody. You know, we literally just checked in, so everything's all good. And many of you may or may not know, but the reason we're having this call today is because I completely was irresponsible about a call that was supposed to happen right before the Most Powerful Women event. And I was right between personal assistants. That's not an excuse, but it's the only one I'm going to use. So I promised, I said, please just set it up whenever it's available for you and convenient for you guys. And great to see you all. Great to see the whole ASEA family.
Yeah, well,
Eric, I was going to say, it's great to see that Eric's got a little bit of human in him.
Yeah.
It's great to know you're human, Eric, and that you make mistakes like the rest of us.
Totally screwed up so bad.
Well, we're gonna leverage that guilt that you feel.
All right. Pile it on. I can take it.
So tell us, some people know who you are. Some people might just be getting to know who you are. Some people have been in this industry for a long time. Some people are just beginning to learn this industry. And you're talking to people from all over the world. ASEA is open in 33 countries around the world. So we've got people in Asia, people in Europe, people in Mexico, people in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, United States, whatever. So tell us why you're so passionate about supporting network marketers.
Well, I'll tell you something. I was a little bit of a screw up growing up as a kid, had every advantage in the world and didn't utilize it. And I found network marketing at age 23 after a lot of struggles in my early years. And it helped me become an entrepreneur. It helped me learn how to more effectively manage myself. It helped me learn how to influence others in a positive way. It helped me create opportunities for other people to enjoy a better life. So for all those reasons and more, I owe a debt to the profession, but I'll tell you the reason why I'm passionate about it today, more now than 34 years ago when I started, is if you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, there's no better way for the average person to participate as an entrepreneur than this. None, zero. Can't find a better way. Oh, say hi to Marina. She's sneaking in.
Hi. Hey, Rockstar.
She's grabbing her phone charger.
Trying to get my charger. Hey guys.
So, and I will take the Pepsi challenge with anyone. You line up any entrepreneurial endeavor for the average person to start in business for themselves, legitimately start in business for themselves. And you compare the price of entry to our price of entry. You compare the flexibility to our flexibility. You compare the amount of support available versus the amount of support that's available here. You compare the international possibilities versus the international possibilities here. This profession doesn't discriminate at all. Zero. It's a true meritocracy. That's not true with race, gender, age, every place else in the world. Show me a business where you don't have to come up with an amazing, spectacular, out-of-the-box idea. Somebody else already did that. Now, take all that, and now show me a business where you can involve somebody else and they can have the same exact opportunities you have. Now, on top of that, you can grow a network and you can expand your leverage. In other words, instead of just trading your time for money, which is most business owners do, you have the ability to have leverage to build many people on your team that are doing a little bit. They're all running their own independent businesses, but you've got the opportunity. She's sneaking in. You don't have to sneak. You don't have to like sneak in. You can just walk in. You can grab your whole thing. You know, you're okay. She's sneaking around. So, you know, for all of those reasons, like, look, show me something, anything. The average person in the United States spends $55,000 to start a traditional small business, and half of those fail in the first year. What is, if you wanted to blow your brains out, go amazing, the top, the biggest, the best, what's the most you can spend to start an ASEA business?
$1,500.
$1,500. Oh, look, you're going to spend more than that on your logo for a typical small business. You're going to spend more than that on your, you know, whatever, business cards, and, you know, buy a copy machine, and
right.
And you don't have to have all the risk typically connected to traditional business, and you get the benefit.
Right.
So I work with, and I coach probably, I don't know, 500 people that make $1 million a year or more with no employees, and a dozen that make $1 million a month inside of network marketing. That's a real thing. And then just tens of thousands making six figures. And guess what? The majority of money made inside of network marketing is people making $300 to $500 a month. But people laugh at $300 to $500 a month, like, oh, $300 to $500 a month. Let me tell you something. At the end of the average person's typical month, guess what they have left? Zero, maybe 200, 300, 300 to 500, maybe. You double that, and now you've doubled the quality of their entertainment, their vacations, their lifestyle, their education for their kids, the less interest that they have to pay to student loans and credit cards and everything else. I mean, it's a huge blessing, and you don't have to blow up your whole life to do it. Right. So anyway, I don't get me going, because we're going to go longer than a half an hour, but anybody that just rolls their eyes. Now, I will say this. There's a reason why people resist this. You know what it is? It's not just ignorance. Us as network marketers have hyped it up way too big, and we make it seem like it's easy, and it's still entrepreneurship. It still will test every single fiber of your intestinal fortitude. You still have to do it when other people don't. You still have to manage your disappointments. You know, you gotta become an entrepreneur, you know. So we tend to like, oh, the product cures everything, and everybody's getting rich, and this business is so easy, and it's not. When people come in and they realize it's not easy, or they came in with the wrong intentions, and I'll tell you a secret. Most people join network marketing with the wrong intentions. The intentions are, maybe, just maybe, I can introduce this to a couple of people, and they'll go do all the work. And then I can get an override on all of those people. Wouldn't it be cool if I could be that person? And once they realize that, no, guess what? You're going to be in the building business. You're going to be in the rebuilding business. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to be an entrepreneur. Now, this is the levelest playing field as an entrepreneur in the world, but you still got to work your face off. So.
That's right. So given all the upsides of this business, low barrier to entry, you know, all the flexibility, you're your own boss, all that kind of stuff, what seems to be the X factor between people who make it in this industry and people who don't make it in this industry? Is there a trend? Is there something that you've observed over the years that you've been in this industry?
Well, you know, they say that most of success is mental, right? I think that's true once you figure out the practical. So in other words, they can say to an Olympic athlete, you know, hey, 90% of being an Olympic swimmer is mental. Okay, well, you still got to learn how to swim. After you're a swimmer, then we can start talking about the mental. I think most people come in here, and the ones that succeed just bite the bullet and learn some skills. And because if you don't learn some skills, you just come in and you hope that network marketing is going to make up for all of your lack of everything else that you don't know how to do, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disillusioned, and you're going to find your way out of here. But if you'll learn some skills, I'll tell you, the magic happened for me when I finally just gave up on trying to get lucky, and I just decided to become good. And not superstar status, just competent, able to find prospects to talk to, able to invite them so they could take a look and understand, able to present to them, able to follow up effectively and answer their questions, able to help them make a decision to become a customer or a distributor, able to help them get started and launch their business. You know, the fundamental basic stuff. Because once I learned the fundamental basic stuff, my confidence went up. And once my confidence went up, I started to do more. And when I did more, I started to get more results. And I went, oh, okay. And now there's still plenty of the mental that I had to figure out. But I think you just got to like get really granular and just make a decision that, you know, for some of you that are involved, maybe you've had different levels of success and your expectations have been all over the place. If you're not making a full-time income right now, here would be my advice to you. Take the next 12 months as an unpaid internship and just learn the skills. Let go of the results. Don't care how much you make. You'll make money. Don't get me wrong. You'll make some money, but the money's not the important thing, and the sale's not the important thing, and the recruit is not the important thing. The important thing is that you will have learned it. Because once you learn this set of skills, you never have to worry about paying the bills for the rest of your life. Really and truly, this is an incredibly highly paid set of skills. Finding prospects, highly paid. Inviting them so they take a look, highly paid. Presenting to them, I mean, none of these are like college courses that would be so hard that you can't learn them. But we tend to, you know, you got a lot of doctors in your organization, right? So they'll spend 10, 11 years practicing before they let them be a doctor. And we won't spend 10 or 11 hours, if we're honest, practicing how to do the craft, which is network marketing, building a network, selling products, building a network, teaching other people to do the same thing, duplicating the process, being a good leader. We won't give it 11 hours, let alone 11 days, let alone 11 weeks. But what if you gave it a year and you just focused on the skills? If you do that, I would just promise, I promise, you'll look up a year from now, realize that you're competent, that you can operate independently of your upline or anybody else. You can build a business, you can grow a network, you can sell products, you can find people on demand. You don't have to worry, but you don't have to be, you know, my first 3.5 years in network marketing, my dominating emotion was fear. And once I let go of trying to get lucky and timing and positioning, being in the right place and comparing myself to others and all that stuff, then I went, oh, it's just a matter of time. I made a decision. I'm gonna figure this out, and nobody can stop me. And Diana in the chat saying, any advice for the more introvert types? I'm a super introvert. I'm one of the most introverted people you'll know. I choose for yes way. I found out that in order to be able to grow a network and to impact others and to be a positive force in other people's lives and in the world or my community, I had to get out of my own comfort zone occasionally, and I had to talk to people. And the way that I survived this, Diana, is, and I don't think, you know, introverted people aren't antisocial. They just lose a lot of energy when they talk to others and when they interact in crowds and talk with strangers and stuff. I mean, if I went and did a home meeting back in the day when I first started, I mean, I would be exhausted, crawl into bed after I was done with that home meeting. Other people come out of there on fire. Where are we going next? I'm like, I'm going home. I'm not going anywhere else. So I learned to be a situational extrovert. And I learned to gather up my energy, do the thing, and then go find my quiet place and recharge again. So you'd be surprised, Diana, that I would say for sure more than half of the top earners in network marketing are introverts. More than half.
So Eric, let's just say you're willing to do what it takes, right? You're hungry. You really want to make this work. You're comfortable, so you're willing to learn, and you're willing to do that internship for a year and not worry about the money. And now you got to pick a company. So over the years that you've observed companies, what are the characteristics or some of the things that make a company a legacy company? One of these companies that's going to be around for our children and our grandchildren.
Well, look, I think that there's 5 things you need to evaluate if you're taking a look at a company. And this is something you can put through your own filter of your experience. The first thing, the number one thing, in my opinion, is the ownership and management of the company. Because if you have a bad owner or a bad management team, it doesn't matter how good the product is. They'll find a way to screw it up. And if you have a bad product or a bad compensation plan, a good management team will find a way to fix it. So if you need money, they'll go find money. If you need innovation, they'll go get the innovation, whatever it happens to be. So you got to get comfortable with the company. And the best way to take a look at that is to take a look at the track record, take a look at what they've done in the past. How long they've been around? Are they stable? Are they solid? Are they a good member of the community inside of the network marketing space, or even in your town or city or whatever country? So if you get comfortable with the company, the second thing to take a look at is the products. And there are 4 questions that I encourage everybody to ask when it comes to the products. Number 1, is there a need? Is there a need? And you got to evaluate that based upon what's going on in the world and match that up with the products. And if you agree, check that box and yes, there's a need, then the second thing you need to take a look at, does the product meet the need? There might be a need, the product might not meet the need, but if it does, third question you need to ask, is it priced to sell? Compared with the quality of ingredients, quality of experience, is it priced for the marketplace? Will consumers buy it with or without a compensation plan attached? And 4, is it priced for profit? Is there enough profit so the company can do well, the distributor can do well? There's enough room for everybody to benefit. So company first, product second. Third thing to take a look at is the compensation structure. And what I would encourage you to look at 3 things inside of a compensation structure. Number 1, can a new person make some money quickly? Can they go out there and make a couple $100? Can they reasonably easily put together some sort of return on their investment? Because we found that if a person can make some money in the first 30 to 90 days, then their chances of sticking around go up dramatically. So second thing to look at in the compensation structure is, can a person with a reasonable part-time effort make a reasonable part-time income? $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, part-time, while they're doing their other job or something else, something to build a bridge. And the third question is, can this compensation plan pay the big runners, the big chargers, the hard chargers, the ones that really want to go after it? Can they create legacy income? If you can answer those 3 questions, and not all companies can answer all 3, but if you can answer all 3 of those questions, then the next thing you need to take a look at is support. What kind of support does the company provide in terms of recognition and trips and events and training and technical support and everything else? Take a look at all of that stuff. Combination of field support and company support. What support is available if you decide to hitch your wagon to this company? And then if those 4 things check out, the 5th thing you need to check out is the timing. And there's a lot of different timing stories. And I will just tell you, if a company's been around and been solid like you guys have, it's really interesting. It doesn't take much. There's a really interesting book called The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, that products can be around, and then boom, it tips, and it goes from obscure to popular, just like that. And the people who've built a network and have created an infrastructure to be able to take advantage of that are going to far surpass the people who jump in at that moment. So those are the 5 areas that I would encourage people to evaluate. And I think, you know, you pour a SIA through that filter and it comes out looking amazing.
Yeah, we feel blessed.
Yeah.
So Eric, we've been watching what you've been doing in the world, and man, you have been pouring the gas on the fire. You did a virtual GoPro event to, you know, hundreds of thousands of people last year with this incredible studio that you and Marina built in Las Vegas. And then you started this accelerator program, which Bo and I are a part of, which is just, you know, a weekly hammering of, I mean, incredible gurus in the industry, teaching all kinds of skills. And then you did the women's event for another, you know, with all kinds of celebrities and professionals and incredible material. And now you're gearing up for this 2021 GoPro event. You're just going to blow the doors off everything. So why are you pouring the gas on the fire right now?
Well, you know, I think there's 4 levels to life. The first 2, the bottom one is crisis. A lot of people are living in crisis. And crisis, and just above crisis is the second level, which is survival. And most people bounce between survival and crisis. You know, they just survive. And then they got to find $500 or their telephone's going to get turned off. And then they find it, figure it out, and then they get back to survival again. And then, you know, they fade. And we tend to just live between survival and crisis because the reasons to get away from crisis are externally driven. There's going to be some pain caused if you don't get back to survival. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose the car. I mean, you're not going to graduate. I mean, something's going to happen if you don't go do something different. Above that, the third level is success. And that is internally driven. Nobody's going to force you to be successful. You've got to decide for your own reasons. And I think it's okay for you to decide you want to be successful for you. Some people think, well, that doesn't sound really, but no, you got to provide for your family. You got to take care of your kids. You got to take care of those debts. You got to, you know, do what you said you were going to do. And you got to go beyond that. And yes, go ahead and enjoy some of the things in life. Give to the causes that are important to you. Do the things that make you happy, right? So a few people choose to, after they've gotten the $500 to pay their phone bill, go get the next 500 with the same urgency. But now that has to be driven by you, not by AT&T saying, we're going to turn your phone off, right? You have to say, no, I'm going to go get the next 500. So that moves you to the level of success. And once you've lived in that level of success for a while, you find out that satisfaction is okay, but it has a really short half-life. You know, you get your bills paid, fine. Get a boat, fine. Get a house, fine. Go on vacation, fine. But it doesn't have a lot of meaning, other than pride that you were able to protect your family from the elements, you know? But there's another level above success that is driven by something else. And that level is significance. That is for me, it's as strong of a driver as crisis was to get to survival. My drive comes from my need to contribute, to find a way to make the world a little bit better place, you know, let me tell you why I'm on here, other than the fact that I stood you up. The reason why I'm on here and why I agreed to do it in the first place is, you know, there's right now 153 people who are listening here. And one of those people, 5 years from today, at some event or somewhere around the world, they're going to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, I just want to tell you, you don't know who I am, but on July 21st of 2021, you had this little talk for our little team. And at the time, nobody even knew my name, but I took that and I built a life. And I've helped thousands of other people because of what you said. So why do we do these events? For those stories. Why do we do these kind of innovative out of the box things? For that contribution. Even if I never get the tap on the shoulder, I know it's happening. I know it's happening. So, I mean, for a kid who barely escaped high school, I have a 1.81 GPA in high school, okay? I am nobody's prize. I had 18 jobs by the time I was 23 years old, and I found this profession. And now I'm able to, you don't have to like convince me to do a big event, because it's part of my purpose. I think I'm going to be doing this, different levels of style maybe, but I'm going to be doing this a long time. People are going to be sick of me 30, 40 years from now, I will tell you. But that's why. And other people are picking up the torch too. Other people saying, hey, Eric's doing it and I'm going to do it too. So that all of that stuff causes me to, it's a humbling thing, honestly, to realize that, regardless, everybody has their own spiritual beliefs, but I believe God put me in this place to do what I'm doing. And I'm super grateful that I was given the opportunity. So, I mean, this starts as this little thing, we're going to make a few extra bucks. And, for some of you that don't have a big team yet, there's going to come a moment, I promise you, when somebody on your team, their eyes light up and you see them become an entrepreneur. You see them start to believe in themselves. And it was because of your assurance, your prodding, your helping to guide them that made that happen. And it's like It's a Wonderful Life, the movie again. You pull you out and that light might have never turned on. So it's a cool thing. I mean, yeah, we sell products. Yeah, I guess what we do. We sell products, we build networks. But the value of what we do inside of network marketing is we nurture the human spirit, really and truly. You know how many people out there are desperate, miserable, bored out of their skulls, and are disillusioned with life? Like, why am I even here? I don't matter at all. I am just moving widgets inside of a building with other people just moving widgets, and it doesn't matter at all. You come into our little world that most people don't understand, and all of a sudden it's not just moving widgets. It's cool stuff.
You matter. Absolutely. Well, you've made one heck of a difference in, so many lives, and the ripple effect is just immense. So yeah, we want to give you applause, and I want to hand it over to my partner, Danny Doyle, because I know he wants to say something before we end the half hour. So Danny, over to you. What do you have for Eric?
Oh, just quickly, I know you're going in a minute to enjoy Cabo, which is a pleasure.
I can hang out for a little bit. I want you to be able to, hold your own boundaries of whatever you're doing with your events and stuff. But happy to talk with you, brother.
I might be down there next week, so hang around. We'll catch up.
Nice. We're at Chileno Bay. Come hang out.
Awesome. Had a great time at your place, by the way. That was absolutely a fantastic experience. Thank you so much. I couldn't believe I got kicked out. I thought we were actually staying, but hey, that's fine. Just quickly, Eric, I always talk about the perfect storm, and you mentioned when we were down there that this is the season, and we've gone through the last year and a half. Where do you think we are now? Where do you think this is going in the situation we're in?
I think that the aftermath of the pandemic has caused many people to question their method of earning money. Yeah, some have gotten some money from the government, and yeah, you can't get an Uber anymore because they're all sitting on unemployment, and you know, a bunch of different things are happening, you know, different ripples and impacts and debt and all the different things you can talk about. But the real truth is, people said, do I really want to get back in a car and drive to a box with people I don't like, in order to be able to get maybe a 3% raise year over year and have to look over my shoulder and deal with that political environment in the meantime? Do I really want to do that? I mean, if I could make the same money from home and only work with the people that I choose to spend time with instead of who I'm forced to spend time with, and the work that I did mattered, I am open. So I think the whole world right now is open. They're open to listen. Let me give you a phrase that I would encourage all of you to ask every single prospect you have. Have you ever thought of going into business for yourself? Ask that question. And when they answer, they're going to say yes or no. If they say yes, well, have you done it? Have you tried it? What have you tried? How did it go? What were the problems? What were the challenges? Then you can say, well, if I could show you a way to be able to be in business for yourself without those challenges, would you be willing to take a look? Because I found that once a person thinks about entrepreneurship, it's not gone out of their body. And if they say no, then you say, why? If you ever thought of going into business for yourself? They say no, why not? I didn't have an idea. I didn't have the support. I didn't have the flexibility, right? Didn't have the money. Well, if I could show you a way where you can bypass all of that, would you be willing to take a look? And today, the whole world is willing to take a look. You just have to let them know you have a solution. It's as simple as that. That's the biggest change. The whole world went from kind of, part of the world was just closed. Like, nope, 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 I'm good. You leave me alone, don't talk to me. Now they're like, okay, talk to me. Tell me. Let me know if this is for real. And if you can lay out in a reasonably competent way, I think your chances are excellent to be able to add somebody to your team.
Yeah, something that, coming from traditional business, something that blew me away too was the power of leverage with this business model. Something that I didn't understand until I fell into it as a byproduct of losing my health. But you know, to know and to be able to out earn in an income what you can actually turn over, or what you can do of revenue in a small to medium enterprise, just blows my mind.
Yeah, it was funny. It's like I had my own financial Armageddon. I made my first fortune in my 30s and lost it all. Bad decisions. I figured out a way to wipe out 10 million bucks in 6 months. That's another story for another day. But I will tell you, I was asking all my successful country club friends, hey, you know, where do you know where you can make $1 million a year? And they laughed and laughed and laughed. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's like, well, have a good idea, bust your ass, don't make anything for 10 years. And then maybe 10 years after that, if you're amazing and you're a savant, then we can talk about $1 million a year. I mean, that's the answer to that question. And I mean, you might not even have that as a goal to make $1 million a year, but the number of people that are doing that inside of network marketing is enormous. It's just enormous without all that stuff. So.
Fantastic. Well, Eric, listen, we could have you on here all night long and pick your brain and get insights into all kinds of aspects of this business, this industry, you know, the ups and the downs that you know, we've all experienced. But we just want to let you know how much we appreciate you and what you do for the entire industry. And yeah, we're hooked on getting paid in Goosebumps. So we're on this.
Isn't that great? Yeah, it's the best thing in the world. You guys are helping a lot of people hold on to that fact. And if you really care about the products, build a better network, because you can't reach the world. You need a network to do that.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, thank you so much for taking some time out of your family and out of your vacation. Please enjoy Cabo for us. Make sure.
Yeah, I have 3 teenage boys, our son and 2 of his friends, that I've got to keep a very close eye on, because they're trying to find the cerveza wherever they can see it.
Well, there's plenty of that around. So
yes,
have a great time. And we really, really appreciate you. Thanks.
I love you guys. Mwah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.